Hello everyone and welcome to my Pokemon Discord. Time for a Pokemon quiz. I decided that today, while I'm hosting my third Pokemon quiz on my Discord server, I'm going to record it and see what it's like from my point of view. Also to give you a better idea of what the questions are like in the point system. And if you like this enough, or you think, oh yeah, I really want to test my knowledge of Pokemon in various ways, then there'll be a permanent link, an invite link to my Discord server in the description of this video. Click on it, and you'll be taken right to this server. And I hope to see you in future quizzes. Pokemon tournaments also happen in this server. Pokemon tournaments are once a month or once, well, probably a bit more, because I do need to have time to host them. Pokemon quizzes, they'll be pretty regular, I think, but I do need to have time to, one, create them, and then have time to, well, host them. And I need to feel like it, of course. Alright, let's get everything started. Always 30 minutes before I start, I'll do an at everyone ping to let everyone know that a quiz will be happening. They have some time to enter. And now, the quiz starter image. See who will win. We have two different winners from the first two quizzes. Let's see if we'll get a third. Now I always change my name to Quizmaster Blaine. For this quiz, afterwards I go back to Alka 103. What you're going to see is I'm going to be in my folder in which I keep all of my questions. I have them all prepared, including the answers and the amount of points they're worth. So I guess this is also sort of proof that that I don't change things during the quiz to give someone an advantage. It's all pre-prepared. Now, due to the dimensions that I've chosen, which actually are the same dimensions as Vortex, like you'll see the names a little bit cut off on the right side. That's an unfortunate side effect. The left side does work pretty nicely. But yeah, these are the dimensions that I use for Pokemon Vortex, and I thought, hey, this works for this. It does mean that when I go into my folder to check the questions, you'll see a little bit of things here on the left, which is fine that you see that, but here on the right, there's 4 images that you're missing. Next to this one, there's the question 8. Next to this one, there's the answer for question 14, the answer to question 20, and the first example of question 27. Yeah, you get to see what the thing is like from my point of view. So also for the people that are participating, this might be really cool to see what I think of everything. Let's get started. Now, generally, the first question is a who's that Pokemon, the first 3, although that's not a promise for all the time. Alright, let's do this. See who will win, who's gonna do well. I believe Texas won the first one. Thing is, there's some side questions that can really mess up the order. The person who got second in the first quiz only answered like 2 questions right, but one of the side questions really helped them. And the person that won the second quiz also got they got points from like first 4 or 5 questions, then got nothing, and then right at the end they gained some, and then hey, they won. So that's pretty interesting. Alright. Question 1. Who's that Pokemon? And to be sure which type of question it is and if it might be multiple points, I always check the folder that I just showed you. Now here you can already have an idea of what's to come. Who's that Pokemon? I post the image and I wait until the answer shows up. Scorpio gets it. I do hope that there's a good amount of people, because there were a good amount of people that said they'd be there, like Electric Guy, for example, but I don't see them online. I hope there's more people than just Scorpio, but yeah, that is Scorpio. So I say at Scorpio wins to clarify that they did it, and then I show the answer. I have them prepared for all of them. It is indeed Shieldon. So then I post the score, immediately put it on copy so I can just paste it later on to edit the scores, especially if there's like 6-7 people with points. That's an easy way to keep track of things. Question 2. I believe that we're still doing Who's That Pokemon? Yes, but now a different variation, a back sprite. We've done this once before, but then it was I think a Gen 4 or 5 back sprite of Execute. Now it's a Gen 1 back sprite. Let's see who knows this one. Really hope it's not just Scorpio, because I have some really cool things in this quiz that I want multiple people to see. Ah, Flash is here. That's good. Okay. Generally, if people are wrong, I post this image. I really want to have a different reaction, but I don't have any like custom things. So I want custom things that are just like at the top. There's frequently used ones, but I don't even use these ones. Chibi Crew, different discords, but I can't use them here. Must not have the setting myself to allow that to happen, because these are all my different ones. Does no one else know? I know this is a difficult one, because this is Gen 1 back sprite, and I purposely chose a difficult one. So if after a while no one has gotten it yet, I'll generally say 20 seconds remaining to answer. Hope someone finds it. There's not that many people online. That's kind of sucks. I did announce that I'd have it. Maybe I'll message some people saying, "Hey, yo, there's a quiz." Sean, like Electric Sean, did say that I had to leave early, but we haven't even started. Scorpio get a chance. 20 seconds almost up. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Time is up. Nope, that was Rhyhorn. Sometimes these front sprites, especially if you have them from the original Japanese games, you still can't really tell what it is. Just repeat the score even though nothing's changed. Let's see, Scorpio's 1 point. Question 3, the first of the troll questions. I don't intend to do many troll questions, although the Arceus' Judgment side question will always give kind of an iffy question that's making you lean towards one answer even though it's the other. This is a troll one. And I'm actually taking it farther later on in the quiz, but you'll see. This is the main reason why I'm recording, and why I was hoping for more people. Because of something I'm gonna do with this question. I wonder who gets this right. Let's see who says Jigglypuff from above. Because this could be multiple things. Say it. Say it. Oh wait, I forgot to do something. I need to change something in the questions right in a second. They're not putting Voltorb. They're not putting Voltorb or Electrode. They're aware that this is a troll. Or it could be. No, it's not a Voltorb. Nope. Nope. It's not. And in case someone else is there, I will say 20 seconds remaining to answer. I'm not going to assume that these two are the only ones, even though so far they have been. There have been more people that have logged on. Meanwhile, I can change that one thing that I wanted to change. -1 if wrong. I don't normally do that, but I'm going to change this into -1 if wrong. I'm not sure how many times I want to do that. Scorpio remembers! It's Jigglypuff from above! Had to use it. It's Voltorb, it's your Pokeball, it's Electrode, it's a Jigglypuff seen from above. It's very important that I said Jigglypuff from above as the answer. Very specifically. Because that's going to come back later. But they don't know that yet. Alright, what's question 4? Question 4, oh yeah, word search. That's new. Need a clock. Get my watch out. There we go. Word search, crossword. No, crossword, I think it's something different. Anything after those 3 seconds, and you're too late. So it's likely helpful to post your stuff after the 2-second thing before the 3-second one. However, if you're a bit laggy at that time, then that's a risk, and then you might lose out and lose all your points that you could have earned. I might just change this to crossword if this is indeed just crossword, and I'm not mixing up crossword with something else. Alright, word search. Normally there's 8 Pokemon in there, but I decided to increase it to 10. With only 2 players, like this is meant as an early thing to give multiple people points, because everyone that gets things gets points. Let's see how many Pokemon you can actually find. I'll just put it here. I'm not gonna give you the answers. Maybe you saw something a bit earlier. See how many I can actually find knowing what's in there. I found 1. I get these from, I do Yu-Gi-Oh quizzes somewhat regularly, and this is one of the types of questions I got from there. And the person who hosts that, Abdu, does this as well with 8 Yu-Gi-Oh card names, but then has a shorter square. I just take the base of what was already, well, of the website that I used to create these, and maybe I should just make the square smaller, because it's still really hard to find them. I think once someone got 4, but generally people get 3 at max, so I decided to increase the Pokemon number. Oh, I found a second one. I'm not really looking that hard. Then again, I know what I'm looking for somewhat. Not really. And what Flash Silver could have done, because Scorpio posted them pretty early, is quickly type one of the other names if they could have made it. No, I just post the answers. These were the 10 possibilities. Gumshoes, Frostlass, Larvesta, Swallow, Nidoqueen, Oricorio, Seeking, Fomantis, Litten, and Chespin. So because no one got question 2 or 3, that's still just Scorpio at 1. Scorpio got Swallow, yep. Nidoqueen, yep. Litten, yep. And Pokemon do have to be spelled exactly correct. I really need more than 2 people though, because otherwise some of the side questions don't work. Okay, where were we? I think we had 4 questions. I cut out a bunch of things because I was trying to get some more people in here. Some people did seem really interested. More people came online. I'll ask them in a bit. All right, let's go. Oh, we're doing a follow the pattern. I think we've only done that once. Question 5. Follow the pattern. People will see 3 patterns with 1 Pokemon missing. Find it. Which Pokemon belongs there? That is a thing. Like most question types I introduced in Quiz 1, but some people won't know them in Quiz 2. And I guess through this video you'll get to know almost all of them. Alright. Which one's missing? This is a pretty hard one. Wait, wasn't this a 2 points? Oh, it's a 2 points. That's one of the reasons why I check here, because I have 2 points listed. Which was the case for the Jigglypuff one as well. Did I ever put that there? No. I'll put it there even though it doesn't matter now. Nope. You don't have to name the pattern, but no, obviously I'll tell them the pattern. I can see why they said Pichu, because first Pokemon in a 3-stage evolution line, middle Pokemon in a 3-stage evolution line, final Pokemon in a 3-stage evolution line, and all of them follow that. So why is Pichu not correct? Because there's more to it. It is first, second, third. Unfortunately, Oshawott is also not correct. I'm pretty sure there's only one correct answer. Yeah. There's only one correct answer. It's a hard one, that's why it's 2 points. I have an easier one after this. Generally, people find this pretty difficult because they don't know what your pattern is. Kulava's in there twice because it's just in there twice. I'm pretty sure it had to be in the 3rd row. First row, I could have definitely put a different Pokemon. No, the first one's not a starter. Oshawott was closest so far. Although the thing is, Cyndaquil, one could argue Cyndaquil might be correct. I wonder if anyone will do. But I'm going with what is currently the case in the anime. This is related to the anime. Now the people who haven't answered yet, let's say a Flash Silver, can see that Cyclone put Pichu, Scorpion put Oshawott, Squishy put Cyndaquil, and see it's wrong. So they have to try and think, what else could it be? And they keep thinking first stage starters, but they're not correct. It's a first stage starter, but it's not Chimchar, Oshawott, or Cyndaquil. It is a first stage starter, actually. Which is coincidence. It's coincidence. Now let's see if anyone can figure out. Well, actually, I put it there. Let's see what the response will be to this one. 3 of Ash's Pokemon, 3 of Clement's Pokemon, and 3 of Dawn's Pokemon. First stage of a 3-stage line, second stage, and a third stage. And Ash and Dawn both have Kulava. Wait, Dawn has a Kulava? Now I'm doubting myself. Pretty sure Dawn does have a Kulava. She got a Cyndaquil. So far, not that many points, but things can change. Come back here, by the way. Question 6. Follow the pattern. I do like to chat every now and then between questions, but at the same time, I don't want to do that too often because it really drags on. So I don't want to do it too much. Now here's the first follow the pattern with multiple possible answers. So I think this one will be a lot easier. People will probably get this very quickly, I expect. If there's a wrong answer, someone saw a different idea. I think this will be pretty easy to figure out. Yep, they got it. This was an easier pattern. Flying types, ice types, fairy types. Yeah, I'd like any Pokemon of specific type is one thing, but let's say I put odd one out, and you say, yeah, number 4 is the only thing that like is a dragon. That's too easy to go for. Like this is the only one that isn't a dragon. Might be a good one for odd one out. Okay, question 7 is whose shape did I take? That's one of my favorite questions because I get to write it from the perspective of a Ditto. I showed that in my previous video. I always give a few seconds to have someone be like, huh, I don't understand, in case they don't remember. But I do like to put this before a question so everyone knows, okay, let's get ready for a question. Whose shape did I take? Can you figure out if you haven't seen it yet? I can only be female. I am hated by some. Pokemon drink what I produce. Whose shape did I take? Scorpio got it. The answer is Miltank. The hate refers to the fact that it's enough people consider this that I'm fine with saying it, but I did say I am hated by some, not by everyone or most people, because I don't actually know the amount. So who got that right? Scorpio. So that's another point for Scorpio. Now we do have at least 3 people with points, so that helps with the side question that's going to come up later. Now it's a 2-point question for whose shape did I take, so I must have made it more difficult. Oh yeah, I remember this one. I originally had it as a 1-point question, but then I decided to make it a 2-point question because when I looked at it again, I didn't actually know, and it was too difficult. Wait a second. This is a Pokédex one, isn't it? No, the Pokédex one comes up later. Okay, it's the Pokédex one that I changed to 2 points. Never mind, I'm confused. This is still a 2-point question. Probably because it's a bit more difficult. Like for some things like who's that Pokemon, I have some guidelines, although sometimes I do go away from those guidelines. Some guidelines as to when I put 1 point, when I do 2. Let's say if I take a shaded Pokemon and I twist it, that's a 2-pointer. If I just take a body part, that's still 1, but if I do a body part and twist it, that's 2. That's one of the people that I messaged earlier, so that's good. Need to make sure I don't post the answer. I haven't actually done that yet, but it's possible because they're next to each other. I'm a non-grass type that can learn Solar Beam. I'm the only Pokemon of my type that has evolved twice but only has 1 type. Whose shape did I take? Pansear hasn't evolved twice. It's a non-grass type that I'm pretty sure can learn Solar Beam. But you missed the second one. Normally I give 3 hints, both in whose shape did I take and who should I catch, which is somewhat of a similar thing, although who should I catch generally has multiple possible answers. Whose shape did I take is only one. Porygon also hasn't evolved twice, so that's absolutely not a thing. Also, there are more Pokemon that have evolved twice that are pure normal. Stoutland is another. Magmortar exists, so Typhlosion isn't correct. I'm pretty sure there's only one answer, but I have to check to be sure that there's no multiples. But it's the only starter fire type that has evolved twice. But I didn't say the starter of my type that has evolved twice, but only has one type. I haven't actually seen the correct type. It's not fire, so Pansear, Typhlosion are incorrect. It's not normal. Now, Rebin is new to these quizzes. Let's see if they get it. Let's see who else hasn't answered. Squishy. Squishy hasn't answered. I wonder what Flash Silver is typing. Maybe something in preparation of me posting, of me saying time up. Because I do ask people not to post while I'm going. Time some stuff. I should really just get my... Yeah, I kind of want to give Rebin some extra time, but I did say 20 seconds, and I want to keep fair to 20 seconds. Flash must have checked. I didn't say starter Pokemon. Maybe that's what they thought about. Now, with things like this, a good amount of these facts or trivia things that come up, I know. Some of them I don't. I just find. Blissey is another reason why Porygon Z wouldn't have been correct. Not even sure if it learned Solar Beam. Pretty good chance. Alright, these are the points so far. We got a question. Wait, did I put 2 points? I forgot to put the 2 points thing again. I haven't actually done that correctly at the start of something. Because the fact that it's more points can be a hint as to that it's more difficult. But generally, it's just more difficult, and it doesn't really help you find the answer. Scrambled Letters, I'd say, explains itself. I have generally a Pokemon name or a Pokemon move name. This one is a Pokemon name. Which Pokemon is this? Boom! That was an easy one, apparently. Now, if Squishy would have been first, I wouldn't have counted that as correct, because I do have rules set up for this. Quite a lot, just to make sure there's no confusion. And if there's something that comes up that does cause confusion or controversy, I add it to the rules afterwards, after having discussed it. And if it's a Pokemon name, also a location name, but definitely Pokemon name, it has to be spelled correctly. Cyclone wins that one. So that's 2 points for Cyclone, which means I cut it and post it here. What's question 10? Question 10 is location name. I show a location from a Pokemon game. You tell me what it's called. Now, generally, things like your Pewter City or Viridian Forest are the easier ones. But Pewter City, which is the first one I think I ever did on this in Quiz 1, was somewhat difficult because I used the Hard Coastal Silver one. and people didn't really think about it much. Do I have more scrambled? I have 2 more scrambleds coming up later in the quiz. I don't want to put them all together. I guess I can see why people like them. Question 10 is location name. I show a location from a Pokemon game. You have to tell me its name. And once again, according to the rules, and I assume people know this, and otherwise I can refer back to them if they didn't, because I'm not going to every time say remember to read the rules. I can refer back to the rules that exist. You have to type correctly. So, Q10. Location name. This is from Sun and Moon. Specifically Sun and Moon, not Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, because otherwise there would have been a building right there. Please don't post during a question. Like, if it happens once, I'll just delete it. But if it happens a lot, then I'll like warn them or something, just verbally. I've never had any big issues. Like, if it's a few people have guessed and then people are like, I don't know, then I'm fine. Especially early on when people can like throw questions in, like answers quickly, especially if there's many people participating, then I want people to be okay with it. I'm thinking about too many things. I want people to not get in the way with their posts. I want it just to be answers, so that when answers come in, unless I Flash would have just typoed that answer, then someone would be able to immediately see that and use that to get their own answer. I don't want other things to get in the way. That was a 1-point question, right? Actually, this one is just Sun Moon. In Ultra, there'd be an extra building at the back. I didn't see that the first time I looked at it, actually. But yeah. This place right here, which is a building site in Sun and Moon, is the Cantonian Gym in Ultra, which is a pretty cool place. Side questions. These happen occasionally. And they're meant to not mess people up, but to alter the course of the quiz a bit in terms of the scoreboard. So if someone's in a big lead, did I actually post the scores after this one? No, these are the points. I never posted the one after this one, so Flash still gets that point. Yeah, Flash still gets the second point. Almost didn't give them the point. True, you're immune, but that's actually a bad thing. Having 1 point here is actually pretty good, because then you can have your 1 point swap with someone that maybe has 6 points because you're less of a threat. Anyway, the side question will be a trivia question. Side Q10 trivia. No matter who wins, will be in 2 points. What about you get it yourself? Side Q10. A pointless swap. Joke. Side question 10 trivia. Only one of the side questions that I have so far. I have 4 types of side questions. One of them, which is Arceus' Judgment, is always a true-false question. All the others, Imakuni, Switch, and Palpad can be any other type, almost any other. Like I won't have a word search crossword or something like that. No, Cynthia's called Shirona, I believe. You have green that becomes blue. Lance, I looked at it, I was like Wakabi, not Wakabi, something with a W, 6 letters if you put it romanized, I believe. It's not Lance. You have Steven and Wallace, which are both called different. I don't remember their Japanese names. Jennifer has Cynthia. It's not Wallace. I'll look it up to be sure. Steven and Wallace. Steven is called Daigo. Wallace is called Mikuri. And Cynthia is called Shirona. I did get that one right. I wouldn't think this is too difficult of a question, especially after the 3 people have already gotten it wrong. Considering there's not that many champions. Who's left? Blue, Steven, Iris, which is the correct answer, Alder, Diantha, and then Gen 7 is debatable. So 5. There are multiple people. Where's Cyclone's answer? Like, a Squishy is here and Cyclone is here. Cyclone's not. Cyclone's offline for some reason. Why is Cyclone offline? Oh, hey, the winner from the previous quiz is here. So they'll be joining in. Well, the answer is Iris. Makes sense, I guess, that they go for Lance because that's an early one. I'm pretty sure that Iris is the only one. If you count Kukui, then Kukui. But I don't count Kukui. Because he's never champion. People are finding out stuff about the games. Alright, well, with no points, these are still the scores. Well, no switch. There would have been a point for the winner. Let's go for question 11. Body part. I show you a field full of body parts. Where's the one that I'm looking for? So where's Magikarp? In this case, find Magikarp. First 2 I'd say that I did for body part were pretty easy. Maybe first 3. Those were in the first 2 quizzes. Third one was more difficult. 3 people pretty close together, but Scorpio got it first. And with no one getting the switch, they're still at 6 points. Oh, question 12. The first location name with 2 points. Do I say that I missed the 2-point questions? Well, no one actually got the 2-point questions right, so it doesn't really matter. Location name for 2 points. I make it 2 points because it's not from a main game. I would immediately get this because I love this game. Let's see who knows. Reben is typing, but they have to type it correctly. Scorpio's typing. No answers yet. So no one knows it as well as I expect me to have gotten it. But there's other questions that I probably wouldn't have gotten quickly. Some of the Pokedex ones coming up. I would have just looked that up on Google because that's one. Oh, Flash Silver comes in. Even if like if you post Wigglytuff's Guild question mark, then I'll still count it. But I'm not sure if I would have counted this one. So I'm happy that wasn't the one. And even if they would have gotten it, it's not. It wouldn't have been correct because it's Wigglytuff's Guild, not Wigglytuff Guild. It's Wigglytuff's Guild. So that's 2 points for Flash Silver, giving them 4 points. So that boosts them up into second place. Next question, we're going into Dex Entry. Wonder when Reben will get their first points. Ooh, Sean is here. Yay. Question 13, Dex Entry. Let's see who gets this one. It has mastered fast and powerful fighting moves. It grows a beard of fire. I'd say this one's somewhat of an easy one because it suggests fighting and fire types. Well, there's sometimes I might throw in something that suggests ice and it isn't ice. And Reben gets it! There's multiple firefighting moves, firefighting Pokemon, especially in starters with Blaziken and then Infernape and then Emboar 3 in a row. So I'm really happy there's no more firefighting starters after that. Yeah, this one was just an easy one. Its type is right in there. Oops, not just 4. I need the full score list, please. Reben on 1. Learns only one fighting move? Arm thrust? Is that under an arm thrust? Let's check. It learns multiple. Maybe just by level up it has arm thrust. Arm thrust, hammer, arm. I suppose. Alright, that was question 13. We move to question 14, which is Dex Entry for 2 points. This one I didn't actually know, even though I created the questions. Like yesterday, I created all up to and including 26, I think. Although I did change things around once. But I created 26 questions, including side questions up to that point yesterday. And then when I checked them today, I didn't remember. There is a village that hosted contests based on the amazingly variable cries of this Pokemon. Now, because I put the exact Pokédex description in there, it is possible to just type this into somewhere else. Now, I put them in an image like this, mostly just to make it look cool and make it look nicer. And I suppose now that I think about it, not just typing them out means people can't just quickly copy-paste them into Google. It's not Chata, it's not Mischievous, it's not Noibat. I wonder who is actually looking it up. Oh, Leon is actually in here. They haven't answered before, I don't think. Flash hasn't answered. Cyclone hasn't answered. Then again, Cyclone isn't here. Lucario's back online, the winner from Quiz 2. You can see that on the right. You can't see their full title, but it's Blaine's Quizmaster. That's the title you get if you win. If you win a quiz. Lucario is in here. They might just steal the point even though they logged on during the thing. No, Flash gets it. Leon must not be an English speaker then. Or in the place where, like, it's pretty sure in Spain they also use the English Pokemon name. So yeah, that is. Ah, Lucario. They're not gonna join. Okay. Yeah, that is such a classic video. Well, in a way, classic. I love that video so much. Like, if Pokemon cries were their names, whoop, it's just easily the best one. I'm pretty sure that's why it comes back almost every video. Yeah, Flash Silver gets that one. Boosts themselves up into tied first place. That is Cricketune. What's the next kind of question? We just had 14, 15? 14. We're doing another Dex entry for 1 point. Doesn't immediately ring a bell. Let's see. It's not a question right now. I may ask it in like quiz 5 or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, you can check with Survey and like Bulbapedia. Why is it not called Arcticuno? Maybe because it doesn't sound cool. But the fact that it's called Articuno, not Arcticuno, actually lost me a perfect score on a test back in primary school. Because I thought it was just so simple, I could just go with it. I studied, I knew it. Just the Pokemon was in my mind because I love Pokemon. I think nice little chats like this do belong in here. They're fun. Alright, question 15, let's go. Oh, they're gonna come up with the fun facts, so I guess I won't post it yet. Its shell is extremely hard. It cannot be shattered even with a bomb. I chose this one specifically because it says it can't be destroyed with a bomb. Lucario, I thought you weren't joining. What? Rebin for the second point. I'm not complaining. More location names. I'm very good at rotation games in the Yu-Gi-Oh quizzes. I may show you examples of those later. There's a lot more to come, including side questions. There's more to come, don't worry. Side questions are there to do stuff. Oh, the side question is one of the little troll things, but not really troll things. Alright, which is at 15. Just making sure. And then 16 for 2 points. Normally, in my standard rules, I'd say it's 1. Because it's just a body part. But because of the multiple Pokemon that are possible, I decided to go with 2. It's a 2-pointer. Who's that Pokemon? 2 points. Remember that they asked this in that same episode as well. I purposely didn't go with Poliwhirl because it goes the same direction as Poliwrath. and then you could argue, yeah, if you just turn it a little bit, Poliwhirl is Poliwrath. So to avoid that controversy, I went with Poliwag. I went with the safe option. That's something I learned then as well. Poliwhirl and Poliwrath have their things going opposite direction. Once again, a subtle reminder that the answer was Jigglypuff from above. Let's see, Scorpio got it. Alright, Scorpio solo in the lead now because that was a 2-pointer. Side question. Imakuni? No, Leon. Whether you have or not, just no. Let's leave talk about those things out of the server, please. Yeah, that's safe. I actually put 2 rotation games, including a really big points rotation game after this, but then I realized, wait, that's after Imakuni, so I might have 1 2-pointer, but the rest after Imakuni should just be 1-pointers. Now the thing is, the winner can choose a player who's in second, but they can't choose a player who's in first, can't choose a player who's in last. As long as it's they can also choose someone who isn't even online, that just is in the server. Alright. Side Q16. Card image. We've not done that one this quiz. Now, some people don't actually play the TCG and would have no idea. So that's their disadvantage. But there's multiple things that some people just do and don't. Like, I won't ask that many manga questions in trivia, but there will be manga questions in trivia. There's some people that don't watch the anime. There will be anime questions. There's some people that don't really play video games. There will be video game questions. So, side Q16, card image. Let's see who's quick. If they're not like, oh, you posted it wrong, or if they just know that it's called Switch, because that was the first side question. Yes. Hey, Texas is here. They won the first quiz, I believe. Yeah, it's just that another role because they won a tournament shows up first. Wait, it doesn't show up at Youngster Joey. Do they not? They mustn't just not have their setting to don't show up as online. Now, I haven't added Flash Silver's point yet for getting this question right. There's only one side question that doesn't give you points. Okay, that's Scorpio. Confused. I was about to say paralyzed. Scorpio may not answer Q17, Q18, and Q19. And to not mess them up too much, I'm not going to go for super big points questions then. Yeah. There might be a 2-pointer. Alright, what's the next question? Ooh, rotation game. Texas Man knows the power of Palpad. Texas Man knows the power of Palpad. It's twisted to the right. If you turn to the right, it's like the top of the thing goes right. Which I guess if I put it in the webcam, it's left because it's reversed. All right, so Q17 rotation game. This is a simple one, though. This is the very simple variant. And I was recommended go with body parts. So just have some body parts, or just let's say a quarter of the Pokemon image, something like that might be a 2-pointer. I have a 3-pointer soon. Originally that was just going to be question 18, but I didn't want the person that was Imukuni confused to get that one. There might be one coming up in like 3 questions. Alright, Leon gets that one. That was question 17. Now we go to 18. which is a trivia question. It isn't a two-pointer. This Pokemon can be seen as a parallel to Spinarak. Flash gets it. Parallel or counterpart are both words that can be used. The answer is Ledaba. One is gold exclusive, I believe. One is silver exclusive. Both evolved ones at around the same level. Maybe at exactly the same level. They're both shit. I like Spinarak a lot more than Ledaba. Wait, Flash already had 7, didn't he? Did I copy the wrong thing? Yeah, it looks like it. I pasted the wrong thing here. So Flash was already at 7 from this one. So this was 8722. Then the rotation game was Leon, so 87221. So this puts him at 8. So I'll edit this one in case someone looks back. Alright, next question. Trivia again. Powerful 5 damage coming. Alright, let's see if you know this one. This Pokemon shares its category with Sableye, the Darkness Pokemon. There's one other Pokemon that's known as the Darkness Pokemon as its category. It's not Spiritomb. I think some people that just don't know will probably look it up. Like Google the Darkness Pokemon. Who finds it first? Oh, got it yet? This is really easily Googleable. Do people not realize you can Google? It's in the rules, and especially the people who have been here for quiz 1, and most of them that were there for quiz 2, either know this, were told check the rules, or were specifically told this in the middle of quiz 2. I didn't give this one 2 points because I didn't think it was too hard. Makes sense that the Darkness Pokemon is a dark type. But at this point, there was plenty of time to look it up already. Something tells me that people don't realize or remember that you can look it up. Also, I said 20 seconds remain, but I forgot to look at my watch. I'll take the approximate time. Time's up. The answer is Murkrow. I don't want to say things like that too much because it seems like, you're dumb. Because I can see how posts like that can suggest things like that. Okay. They did end up not actually putting in an answer. But they don't specifically state you can use Google. It specifically says you can use any available resource. Now to make sure I've copied the right thing, we have this. Because we're doing the rotation game again, friends. Like 2 points. I'll have quite a decent amount of 2 points, maybe 3 points. I've never had a 4 or 5 pointer. Those would be really rare if they happen, but they're possible. The biggest challenge I'd say at a 4 or even 5 pointer would be the word search that I generally put as question 4. That's something that's been consistent so far. 3 who's that Pokemons, sometimes one of them being 2 points, and then a word search. I have the word search there to give multiple people points to have the switch side question to give that more effect. This one's more difficult. You asked for more difficult, Leon. Here's your more difficult. First one's pretty easy, I think. Second one isn't. Normal, down, normal. Nope. Probably pretty easy to tell the first two, especially the second one. Second one's Bite. First one's Glaceon. Third one, I'm not sure if people will even recognize it. Third one's Wishy-Washy School Form. Right, down, down, nope. And even if they know it's Wishy-Washy School Form, they have to know where it's from. So I made sure for the answers of this one, I actually post the full image. Left, down, down. It's not left, down, down. See, this is more difficult. And to make sure people can actually still see it, I'll just post it again. That's something that I pretty quickly answer, then after a while of slowly thinking about it, then you know. But you have to be quick in case someone else gets it.
Hello, I am Bane. Hi.
I again didn't look at my watch for the 20 seconds. And the last one was purposely made more difficult. It's not that. Let's see the responses to this one. It's the tiny little fish from the tail of Wishy-Washy School Form. I didn't even see the responses yet. I'm just enjoying this. This isn't even a troll question. It's just a difficult one. Wishy-Washy. In school form, it's pretty darn strong. In just regular fishy form, it's actually the Pokemon with the lowest base stat total. Lower than Sunkern, which was the... I think Sunkern was 180. Wishy-Washy's, like, fishy, whatever that form is called, is like either 178 or 175. I think 175. No, I'm not gonna say it. Did Reuben actually answer? Oh, they did. I didn't even see it. Good thing they got it wrong. But if they got it correct, I would have corrected myself. It was right down right, so it was almost correct. Okay, next question. Body part for 2 points. Changing up the body part game. Now, once before, I think in the previous quiz, I instead of putting "Where's Magikarp" or "Where's Hitmonchan," I put "Where's the Water Dark type," and I think that one was 3 points. I'm not gonna check now, but I think that one was 3 points. This one's 2 points because it's not find the Water Dark type. Although, and that was really hard anyway. It was a star that's at the front of Crawdon's head. I think that's what made it really difficult as well. Here it's easier, but I do ask for 2 different Pokemon. Oh, I just almost put the answer. I just noticed in time. Oops. Alright, find 2 dragons. I think there's only 2 dragons, but some of them are hard. I don't even know myself which all of them are. I know most. Let's see if people know it. Can you find the 2 dragons? There's one that mega evolves into a dragon. C6 and C7. That is indeed correct. Let's flash over to 10. That's actually a coincidence that they were next to each other. I decided on dragon types after I think I looked at Reshiram. I was like, "Ah, let's put a dragon." And then I realized Giratina was next to it. That's what I've been doing. The mouse wheel click, I only learned that, I think, in the previous quiz. Although before that, I went with Open Link. So yeah, that's. Alright, let's see. We need a Dex entry. Question 22. Dex entry. Who knows this one? The power of Mega Evolution was so strong that it smashed this Pokemon's jaw. Its inability to eat very well leaves this Pokemon irritated. No, it's not Garchomp. Because it's not a Mega. Garchomp's not a Mega. It's not Glalie, because Glalie not a Mega. It's Mega Glalie. Mega Glalie, actually. You can say Mega! I don't think people realize it. You can say Mega. There's Pokedex entries for Megas. I don't think that people realize it. It's Mega Glalie. The thing is, normally when I put Pokedex things for the Pokedex questions, I purposely choose. Well, I definitely don't choose the Pokedex entries that list the Pokemon's name. For example, this one actually put Mega Glalie, but I didn't want to. There were some Pokedex entries that used ice-related words. And I didn't want that suggestion to be in there. And Squishy gets it. This one was the one that I wanted to go with. But it did say Mega Glalie twice, so I just changed it this Pokemon. Let's see what they'll say about Scorpio said it first. Yeah, Glalie itself wouldn't say anything about the broken jaw because Glalie itself doesn't have a broken jaw. And I didn't want to put this in there because Mega Evolution is evil, and I didn't want to put that bit of trivia thing in there as well. Many strange things about the Pokemon world that I'll put it in there. What was Rebin's answer? Aerodactyl. Okay, so that's a point for Squishy. It's one. It was just 1 point, I think. Yeah, that was a 1 point question. That's 6 people with points. And it's time for people to lose points. Sorry. It's possible that only 2 people are left with points after this. That's the sad part. I purposely don't put something like a word search just before this in case people just got a point and then lose it. But it's also that Squish is going to lose it immediately. Side question. Arceus's judgment. And Leon, if they're still in here, will recognize it because this is pretty much an exact copy of the misjudge side question from the Yu-Gi-Oh quizzes. Winners get nothing. All who get it wrong or don't answer lose 3 points. Yeah, this Flash should be scared of. Like, thing is, Palpat can't make you lose points. Palpat can only make you gain things. But if someone who doesn't have many points gets it... Oh yeah, I was thinking of changing Palpat's wording so you can boost yourself up to 2nd place. I forgot that. Yeah, last time everyone got it wrong. Last time, question in quiz 2, it was Brock uses a Rhyhorn in his first battle in Pokemon Crystal. And everyone that answered, which are like 5 or 6 people, put wrong. Well, it's correct. It's one of his 5 Pokemon, because you first face him, well, as the Kanto Gym leader. But that's in Kanto. You start in Johto. Rhyhorn is one of his Pokemon. So it's side Q... Karma? Where's Karma? No, not here. Anyway, side Q22. True. False. Well, actually, I'm just going to put Arceus' judgment because it looks cooler and it's always a true false. Processing. Remember how I reminded everyone that this was a question? that was the answer? Now people are going to say, oh! And it's wrong. Scorpio wins, everyone else loses points. Because but Jigglypuff from her birth was the answer. Yeah. But to question 3. I feel bad, but at the same time I'm so happy that I'm trolling them so hard. I reminded them twice, just really discreetly, and then it came up and it's like, nope. And only Scorpio got it. I'm surprised not more people answered. Maybe they didn't realize they would lose points. Just, if you have points, always give an answer. Because otherwise you will certainly lose points. It's not if you get it wrong, you lose it. Okay, so Scorpio gets nothing. That feels weird, but everyone else loses 3. So Squishy, Leon, Reeb, and the Cyclone are gone. And Flash Silver's down to 7. That's the power of Arceus' judgment. So far, it's never been an easy question. First one was, is Azurill a water type? Decent amount of people got that right. The Brock one, as I just said, not a lot of people got right. This one just won. It's a simple question, yet it's usually like it puts you in one direction, yet it's the other. That's kind of the idea with these true-false questions. But yeah, I'm gonna release all my arguments. All right, we move on to Scrambled Letters. Alright, let's see if you can find it. What Pokemon move is this? Image doesn't load quickly. Unfortunately, that just happens sometimes with Discord. We have that in the Yu-Gi-Oh quizzes that I do regularly, somewhat regularly as well. But I did say earlier you can right-click, open link, or click on it to find it. That we don't have an answer now isn't necessarily because of that image not loading. Probably because people are just trying to find it. So I guess I'll just go back to this one so, to give you guys another few seconds of a look. Then in a few seconds I'll check back if anyone got it. Ah, there it is. They're generally pretty difficult, these ones, especially if it's not a Pokemon one. So maybe the move ones should be like long word, well, more letters, a lot of letters. Move ones should be 2 points, maybe. I suppose it could be. Pokemon names, I think, should always be 1. Maybe move ones could be 2. That could be what gives variation in the points in Scrambled Letters. I actually looked at my watch this time. Not immediately, after like a second, but still. I don't think anyone's getting this one. Looks like no one got it. The answer was Stealth Rock. It's one thing to know, but two to figure out that it's that. Like I know old Pokemon names, but those I remember when I was giving Abdu gave me some suggestions for things to use. He did this with the Pokemon named Glameow, and I just didn't see it. Tackle. I guess that could have worked. The things for tackle are in here. But it's S T H and O. Soft. No. Rostackle. Alright, we'll go to Q24. I do want what I put as the final one, just to be clear that that's where I find things. And also it's easy for me to scroll back when I don't remember which question I'm at. I can easily see it. Waiting for Squishy to post what they're posting. They're not posting anything? Okay. Scrambled Letters it is. Q24. That's the answer. Twice now I've almost put the answer. Maybe because I'm more focused now on commentating as well. One of the reasons why I never live commentate anymore on like Pokemon tournaments or Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. Alright, we're doing another Pokemon move. What is it? I want to give you guys a hint on YouTube, but I'm not actually going to give you a hint because I'm not going to give you more hints than what these guys are doing. What I will say is there's something coming up very, very soon that I was thinking of doing when I had created the first few questions for this quiz. But as I finished the final few questions today, and I made most of the questions yesterday, I forgot about it as I went through, and then I realized, wait, I need to change something. So, because I completely forgot about the one of the side questions that's yet to come up. And then I just made one, I think question 25 or 26, I made that into the side question. And then I put something else in that 25th or 26th spot. The troll. It's actually going to be the first minus point question if you get it wrong. It's really harsh, but hey. Not that many people have points now anyway, do Darkus. Something tells me that these moves should be 2 points. The answer was acupressure. Still, we just have 2 people with points. We need more people with points for Palpad, otherwise it doesn't make much sense. Actually, I'm going to add a rule to it, I think. Yeah. If someone lower than second place gets it, yeah, I think because if someone, let's say I have 1 point gets it, then Palpad doesn't do much. So I think if someone lower than second place wins Palpad, then they're boosted up to whoever's in second place, and then gets a bonus point. Alright, we're doing, who should I catch? I don't think we've had who should I catch in this entire thing yet. No. It pretty much gives you a description, usually 3 sentences about 1 or more Pokemon, almost always multiple. So this is a question where there's multiple possible answers. And you just have to give me 1 Pokemon. I want to catch a Pokemon with certain restrictions, and you have to tell me one of the Pokemon. Question 25, who should I catch? Let's see which of the YouTube people can get it, if it would show up. I want to catch a Pokemon that has appeared in this quiz! It has to be dual typed and it must be able to evolve once. Many Pokemon have appeared before. Ledeba was an answer. It is dual typed, and it can evolve once. So Flash Silver wins. I generally put like 3 or 4 possible answers, 4 if the space allows it, in there. But it's just possible answers. There's a lot more that you can do. So I always check. Letterbox was an answer. It was like the counterpart to Spinarak. It's dual typed. It's bug flying. It's able to evolve once. Noibat was in there. And Pidgeotto, which are both in one of the follow the pattern ones. Snover was in one of the body part ones that wasn't the answer. And Magneton was also in the pattern ones. If someone, let's say, guesses Golurk as an answer, but Golurk appears nowhere else, that wouldn't have been possible here. Or Golett, I guess, because it has to evolve once. If someone says, wait a minute, there's probably just a question or a confusion about something. I've had it before, and someone's like, oh, that's not in the answers that you put in the card. Flash actually had that, I think, in either question, quiz 1 or 2. And then it was a simple explanation of its possible answers. There are more. We'll just wait to see what Reuben has to say, or ask, and clarify whatever is needed. And now comes the big one. Something new is coming. I don't want to do this too much because I don't like that much, and especially in the Yu-Gi-Oh quiz I was in yesterday, Abdu did that too much, I feel. A lot of lose 1 or 2 points. And with only 2 people with points, I think I might make the Arceus ones a bit easier because so many people lose points, and we ended up with not many people with points at the end. So maybe I should just always put a word search, or maybe a smaller word search after Arceus to allow people to get points again, which also helps with Palpad. We'll see. Anyway, I'll figure out a format. It's also like a test every time. See will that work? How things will work. -1 if roll. And here comes the biggest troll of all. Jigglypuff wasn't the troll. The side question about Jigglypuff wasn't the troll. Here comes the troll. Who's that Pokemon? It's the same thing. And it's not Jigglypuff from above. That's the troll. But they don't have points, so they don't lose anything. And now that Scorpio and Flash see that it's not Jigglypuff from above, they're probably just like, oh, it's Electrode or Voltorb. It's not Voltorb either, Scorpy! If Cyclone would have had points, even though they were the second one to enter Voltorb, it's still wrong. Now the question is, Flash Silver, what is the answer? Because this is something the Pokemon anime did. Because the Jigglypuff from above thing was on the first season, and then Jigglypuff appeared for like through Kanto and Johto, but Jigglypuff from above joke was only 1 episode. And I, as a big Pokemon fan, I sometimes see that joke come back, and I just really like it, and I have it very clear in my memory. Then in the Sun and Moon anime, Jigglypuff came back. It doesn't appear that regularly now, but it did come back, and it appears in episodes every now and then. And then one of the first few episodes that Jigglypuff was back, they pulled this joke again, and I was like, it's Jigglypuff from above. But it's not. It's not Solosis. Good one, though, because Solosis has a similar shape. Very similar shape. It's not perfectly round, but it's very... It's not Walter. This is a jiggly thing. Is remember how I said it happened again? So and the thing is, it was a troll in that episode for everyone, but especially for the people that knew the Jigglypuff from above joke. Flash gets it. No, it's Jigglypuff from below. I want to laugh so much louder, but it's getting somewhat late. People that really knew the anime. I think actually that I would have gotten this. Thing is, I don't think I remember the Jigglypuff from below one. I definitely remember Jigglypuff from above, so I think I would have said that to the first one. I think. Just because I would have hoped that that was the answer. Jigglypuff from below, I probably wouldn't have remembered, would have gotten it wrong. What is in other topics? What? Okay. Few questions still remain, and I honestly hope that someone else gets it. I think for the future I'll put like a word search after Arceus, but before Palpad. So I'll do allow multiple people to have things. Is there a Yu-Gi-Oh quiz coming up? Type chart was an idea that I got from Abdu yesterday, the person that hosts the Yu-Gi-Oh quizzes. I felt that I needed 2 images to properly explain that. Fire or flying against grass, grass against an ice ground, and the ground against the Houndoom. And it's a 1-point question. So let's go. Q27. Type chart. One-point question will just be with 3. The answer is 2, 3, 1. Golduck isn't super effective against Natu, so that doesn't work. Some people do believe that Psyduck and Golduck are Psychic type, but they're not Psychic type. They can just use Confusion. And maybe Psychic, I'm not sure. Karma will get the Palpat bonus when it shows them, we can boost to 7. Thing is, if I put it like this, and then someone who is below second place, or even a person in second, I think they should be able to choose themselves, but then not boost them to first. If it's a person that's... Yeah, if the person in first or second gets it, it's this text. If the person's below second, they boost themselves up to second place. I think that's what I'm going to change. Two, 3, 2, 1. That is actually correct. Yeah, if the leader doesn't win this question, they lose 2 points. I purposely do that so that the leader has more of an intent to do it. Especially in quiz 1, there were so many people with points, but like as a leader, you don't want to have someone go to you. But this is a reason to do it. All right. Question 27 is who should I catch? Oh, Sean is here. They're late, but they're here. They can actually still win it. The thing is, they'll be straight on the... Wait, they're going to be straight into first place. Because you boost the point. If anyone besides Scorpio or Flash gets this, they're boosted to 7 points. Then they get the extra point for winning the question. And then Scorpio and Flash lose 2 points. If anyone but Scorpio and Flash wins it, it'll be 8-5-5. Because there's two first places, second place is skipped. It's an interesting scenario that they're both leading. Like if let's say Scorpio would have had 15 and Flash would have been 10, then some would have been boosted to 10, get the additional point to get to 11, and Scorpio would lose 2 to 13. That's not how second place works. If you tie with someone for first, there is no second. You just said they're first. If you tie for first, you're both first. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. That's the point. It's a who should I catch? Four questions left, including this one. Flash. Alright, who should I catch? Let's go. I want to catch a Pokemon that has an Alolan form. It must be single-typed, but its Alolan form must be dual-typed. The Cantonian and Alolan forms must have one type in common. Muck, I believe, is possible. Let us check. Muck goes from Poison to Poison Dark. It has an Alolan form. And it has one type in common. Namely Poison. So that's Cyclone. It's boosted to second, but because that's not there, I'm gonna put them to first, which is 7. Then they get the additional point for getting the question right, because that is actually written in the rules of the question. The boost happens first, then the winner gains 1 point, and because the leaders didn't get it, they lose 2 points. Wait, Meowth goes pure change, right? Cyclone has to leave? They're leading! And the thing is, I always make sure that at least two of the questions, well, I didn't do that in the first quiz, I think, but I think at least two of the questions after this pal pad give more than 1 point. Q28. I think it's another type chart. For 2 points. Because I want it to be possible that whoever gets boosted and whoever's leading, and potentially someone who's around there, can still win. So, let's see. Rebin. If Rebin gets everything, they're second. So it's between Cyclone, Scorpion, and Flash for the win, with what I know is left. Last time I ended with a word search. I don't want to do that too often, but it was a possibility. Now I have 4 of them. This one's more difficult. That's why it's 2 points. Beedrill, Articuno, Lombre, Trapinch. Trapinch has to be last because it can't hit any of the others super effectively. Like, yeah, Beedrill is poison type, but the bug resists ground, so that doesn't work. So it has to be last. It's 2, 1, 3, 4. He's 2, 1. 1 doesn't hit 4, so that's wrong. Beedrill can't hit Trapinch super effectively. 2 can hit 3. Yes. 3 can hit 4, but 4 can't hit 1. So that is unfortunately also incorrect. I did explain it has to be super effective against the other Pokemon, not one of their types. It's one of their types is super effective against the Pokemon. 2 works against 4, but 4, Trapinch doesn't hit Lombre super effectively, so that doesn't work. Sometimes putting this together was pretty difficult, especially the example. I had to change things a few times because it would have been a cycle, or let's say the first one and the last one could have been swapped around. And I'd really like this to only be one possibility. Two, 4, 1, 3. 2 hits 4. 4 still doesn't hit 1. Texas trying to get some points. 4 still doesn't hit 1. Something is off here. Because Trapinch doesn't hit Beedrill super effectively. I'll check the type chart to be sure. Ground against Bug resisted. I'll check back to be sure how I explained it. It seems they misunderstood, but I did say it. So, this is something that I would be really harsh on the host if they did say this incorrectly, and they did suggest it was wrong. That is why I want to be as exact as possible in my explanation, so that would something come up, I can later go back to what I said and be like, okay, I did say it. The correct order was 2, 1, 3, 4. Articuno is flying type against Beedrill, Beedrill is bug or poison type against Lombre, and either of Lombre's types against Trapinch. What did Rebin get? 2, 3, 4, 1. Alright, 2 questions left. Anyway, 2 questions left. We're going to a whose shape did I take for 2 points. Actually, it's 2 points, 2 points, 3 points. Oh, okay. Did I ever say this one was 2 points? Yeah, okay, I did. Cyclone's gonna win it by just getting 1 question right. Thing is, I said that. Squishy got 2nd place by only getting not many. Lucario won the first quiz by getting like the first 3 out of the first 5 questions right, and then having a boost from, I think, Palpad? And now Cyclone did get questions correct, but then they lost all their points via Arceus' judgment. So one could say that he really just got 1 question right, which is Palpad. And I don't want to completely make it impossible for someone to win, but I want to allow other people to get options. And if someone's really far into the lead, I want it to be possible for someone to boost themselves up. Although I guess the new rule with Palpad doesn't really work that way. Then that doesn't really bring someone up there. But that's just this person that's in 2nd. Then I'll think about it. Oh, Rebin gets it. It's Giratina. There's 2 types that are weak to themselves, which are Ghost and Dragon. And Giratina is a Ghost and Dragon. I just put cannot evolve in there because I didn't want it to just be one hint. There are other Pokemon that can be super effective against themselves. Let's Yanmega, Tropius, Skiploom, Macargo. But there's only 1 Pokemon that is super effective against themselves with both types. Yeah, last question is 3 points. I made sure to. I wanted to make it another Who's That Pokemon, just make it difficult. I took I took only part of a Pokemon's body, shaded, aka silhouette, and then twisted it. That's a 3-point thing. I did that before with Mewtwo, but then it was the top of its body, and then you did still see its arm. Now I didn't. What I usually do with those is I choose how to twist it, but with just the random.org and have that choose it. This time I chose it to make it seem like something else. Question 30. Who's that Pokemon? For 3 points. Cyclone has won the quiz, but will someone join him? It's Keldeo! It's a Ponyta! It's a horse! Someone say that it's a horse. Scorpio didn't win the quiz. It's not. Where do you even get Torkoal? How twisted? Maybe they think that's a smoke if you twist it. Like, if it's to the right. Flash also doesn't win the quiz. So this is second place for someone. It could be tied fourth for someone. It's not Marshadow. Yes, they're not even saying. I thought they were going for like Keldeo or something. This was a really good one as a final question. This is worth 3-pointer. The Mewtwo one's pretty easy because I did show up quite a lot of the Mewtwo. I think that was either quiz 1 or 2. This is good though. It's not Keldeo. Maybe it's not long enough of a tail. People, I think, realize that it's twisted. This might seem like the thing that comes on top of Marshadow. Also, I really should have put on the light behind me, because you can't really see me that well, or at least maybe you can just see my face with this light. Cyclone has won the quiz by just getting the Palpad question when there were 2 leaders. Rebin, this is your chance to win. No, it's not Keldeo. I did say. Few seconds for anyone else who wants the 3 points. But Cyclone wins the quiz. You're gonna love me. It was Carnivine. Let's see these reactions. Yes, it was the bottom of Carnivine with a tiny bit of its right arm. It was it. So that's Hall of Fame for the quiz. Number 3. Winner. Cyclone. Somehow. I do like this. The people that actually gained points, like Texas actually got the most points in the first quiz. They deservedly won that. Lucario, you could argue that they shouldn't have, but I think like there's gimmicks, especially with the side questions, but I think it's fair enough. Like, I've learned from Abdu's quizzes, he definitely has some side questions. I think some of them are just not fair. Not as fair as I would have liked it, so I did learn from that in designing my own one. No, I should probably give Cyclone. They're not even online anymore. A new role. Anyway, that was it for this quiz. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to join, use the link in the description. And I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Goodbye.